Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. In this video we are going to see the object data type in JavaScript. So what we are going to cover in this? We are going to cover what object is, how do we create object, and how we can make use of object to store the data. Okay, so let us now see. Object is a very special kind of a data type in JavaScript. Now why I mentioned the special data type? Because like any other data type, values are not directly stored into an object. Why? Because in object the values are stored in the format of a key and a value pair. Okay, and there is a special syntax to create object in JavaScript. Okay, so let us first of all create a object and then we will see how we use the key value pair and what actually is key value pair. So I am creating one person object. So this is the variable which I have created. Now I will use curly braces to create object. With the help of curly braces you can create object. Now in this object, how you are going to store value? See, there is a special syntax. First of all, you have something on the left hand side, then colon, then you have something on the right hand side. Okay, now the thing which is present on the left hand side is known as the property or key. Okay, and the thing which is present on the right hand side is the value of that key. Okay, so like this you store the values in object. Now let us try to store them. Let's say we have created this person object. So this person will have the first name. Like this we are going to add the value, and let us create the another value, last name, like this. Okay, now see why I have added comma and why I have again added like this, because see, this is a key value pair. Okay, and you can only add one key value pair like this, but what about the second value which you need to store? Then in that case you have to add the comma and then you have to again create one key value pair. So like this you can store any number of values inside this. Okay, and see, the property or the key which you create on the left hand side, it should be string. This is the one major thing which you need to understand. Okay, see, if I do like this, let's say, okay, now see, this is also a valid answer. Okay, this is also a valid thing. Let me print this on the console and then let me show you. Now let us open the live server. Let us add the JavaScript file here. And now let us open this in browser. Now let us check on the console. We are getting a small error. Why? Because this age should be in a double quotes because it is a string. Now see, I have written a 25 which is of a number type. Okay, it is correct. Why? Because here in the object it is being treated as string, so that's why it is correct. But make sure you don't have to write like this, okay, because it will not be a correct syntax. The correct syntax should be that the thing which you write should be in a string. Okay, now on the value side you can have any data type which exists in JavaScript. Okay, whether it is undefined, null, number, boolean, you can have any value here. Okay, now till now we have added the string and the number. Let us try to add the boolean as well. Is admin. Let us write the false. See, Now we have got the is admin also, which is a boolean value. Now, is it possible to create array inside this? Yes, you can create array also. Let's say I want to create the marks array, and here I can add the value. Let's say 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. So like this, you can store the values inside this. Okay, now this is a proper object, okay, which we have created in JavaScript. But now you also want to access the information now which is present inside this object, or you are fine with that only, that you have created the object? No, that is not the case. You need to access the value which is inside this object in order to perform any operation now. Then how you are going to achieve that thing? See, there are two ways by which you can access the information of an object. Okay, what are the two ways? Let me write here. See, the first way is using dot notation, and the second way is using bracket notation. Now let me tell you how to use both of the notation to access the information. Let me first of all add the console.log. Now let's say you want to use the dot notation. So how you are going to use? You are going to use the object name, then you will add dot, and then you will write the property name, whatever property or key you have created inside your object. Okay, this is the syntax to get the information from an object. Let us try to see if it is working fine or not. So what I want to access, I want to access the person dot first name and person dot last name. Person dot first name and then person dot last name. Now see, on console we are getting both the values, the Ajay and the Sharma. Okay, this is the first notation by which you can access the value. Then what is the second notation? Second notation is also very simple. You will simply add the object name. Okay, and after that you have to add square braces, like we access the element from an array na, with the help of index. But here we don't have to write the index. Okay, we have to add the comma, and in this we have to write the property name which we want to access. Let's say I want to access the age. So here I have written age. Now see, here I am getting the age in the console. Okay, so these are the two notation by which you can access the information from an object. Now what we want to see, is it possible to add the information inside this object? Yes, it is possible to add information inside this object. And how you can do that? That thing you can do with the help of these both notation, the dot notation and the bracket notation. Let me show you. See, I want to add, let's say, the previous company key in this object. So how I am going to add that? I will write person dot old company equal to whatever company it is. Let's say this is the old company. And now let me log this to the console to check whether this old company is present inside our object or not. Now see, here you can see the old company. Okay, now let us try to add one more value inside this object, which is the new company person. Now here I am going to use the bracket notation. I have added bracket, and then here I am going to write the new company equal to rhyme. Okay, now let us see whether this property is getting added or not. Now here you can see the new company property is also present inside our object. Okay, now what we want to achieve in this? See, we have seen how we can access the property. We have also understood how we can add new properties inside our object. But let's say if there is one property which you want to remove from this object, then how you are going to remove that property? See, there is a special keyword which you can use to remove the property from an object. Now, what is that keyword? That keyword is delete. Let me show you. Let's say I want to delete this is admin property from this object. How I can do? First of all, I will write object dot property, the property which I want to delete. Now I want to prefix one keyword. The prefix will be delete. That's it. What this delete keyword will do? It will delete the property which you have mentioned here. Okay, now let us refresh our page and see. Now see, age is present, first name, last name, marks array is present, new company and old company is present. So like this, you can delete the properties from an object. Okay, and you can achieve this thing with the bracket notation as well. Let me show you. Let's say I want to remove the old company. So I want to use the delete keyword, then person, which I want to remove. I want to remove the old company. Let us save a file and let us see if the old company is removed or not. Now see, only new company is present. So like this, you can perform any operation with the object. Now let us try to see some intermediate kind of a concept in object. Is it possible to add function inside this object? Yes, it is possible to add function inside this object. Let me show you how you can do that. Let's say here I want to create one property which is skills. Okay, and I want to assign the function to this object. Okay, now what I want to store inside this, let us rename this function. Okay, add skill. Okay, and let us create one array which say skills. Okay, now what I want to achieve with this add skill method, what I want to do is that this function should take the skill and it should add that skill into this object, this array, skills array. Okay, so how we can do that? First of all, let me add the skill name here. Okay, and let us call this add skill method first of all. So how you are going to call this add skill method outside of this object? It is very simple. What you will do, you will simply write the object name dot the method which you want to access. Okay, and then you have to call that method. So you are going to add the parenthesis. Now it is going to take the skill name. So I am going to write here MERN stack. Okay, now let us see in console. So we have this add skill method which you can see here on the top, and we have this skills array. But see, this skills array is empty. I want to add this skill into this array now. So how I will do? Let us try to do that. So what I will do, I will add the skills. Okay, I will add the skills, then I will write the dot push method, because that is how we insert element into an array. Now here I will add that skill name. Okay, now let us see if this skill value is getting added inside this array or not. Here I am getting an error which says skills is not defined and it is present on line number 10. but on line number 10 we have written the correct syntax na. That's how we push element into an array. But see, that is not the case with objects. Okay, means whenever you have function inside an object, so this is not the correct syntax. Why? Because you are not able to access this skills array na, that's why. Let me show you. Let me comment this and add log and write this skills array in the console, and I have called this function here so that you can see whatever is present inside the skills array. But again it is saying skills is not defined on line number 11. Why is that? Because inside this function you does not have access of this skills array, not skills array also, but neither any of these property which you see, whether it is first name, last name, age, marks, anything. Let me write the first name also. Now see, first name is not defined, and again it is coming from line number 11. Then how you can achieve that thing? For that we have one keyword that is very handy if you are working with objects. Okay, and what is that keyword? The name of that keyword is this. It is this keyword. Okay, now what do I mean by this keyword? See, whenever I use this keyword now, so it will refer to that object where it is getting called. Okay, so if I want to use this here, then which object this is going to refer? It is this person object. Why? Are you going to believe on me? No, I can also tell you the wrong thing now. Then how you are going to believe me? For that, let me remove from here and add this inside console.log. Okay, now let me comment this person object. Okay, on line number 34 we have commented the person. Now we will have only one line. Now see, on line number 11 we are printing this keyword on the console. Now see what this keyword is referring to. It is referring to the object where I am using this keyword. So now you have understood that I was saying correct thing. Okay, now we have got the access of this keyword, so now we can easily target the skills array. So now let us try to correct this syntax. It will be this dot skills. Now we have access of skills array here, and we want to push some item inside this skills array. Now let me remove this, and now let us console.log person.skills. Now let us see what you will get. See, you are getting MERN stack here. Now let's say if I want to add one more information after this, then how I'm going to achieve that thing? Let us remove MERN stack again and add React Native. Now see, now I have got the two items. The first is MERN stack and the second is React Native. So now our function is working perfectly fine. So like this you can achieve any operation with the help of this keyword inside an object, and this keyword makes this object and the JavaScript a very powerful language. So that's all about this object topic. So now let us meet in the new video with again a new topic.